Today on Selling Houses.
There are some studio flats in London that aren't as big as that sofa.
Also, the comfiest sofa on the planet.
3 rival sellers snoop around each other's homes.
It is very purple.
Kind of quite bland.
It doesn't even resemble a bedroom, really, does it?
There are some surprises.
Too much stepping out of the box.
Stepping out of the box and there's leaping out with tassels on.
And I meet resistance.
But because we want to move, we don't want to put storage.
Oh, I know, but if you don't put the storage in, you ain't going to move.
They get a week and £1,000 to make changes.
Crack on, Captain.
All competing to win an offer from my buyer.
Pleasantly surprised, actually.
Are you?
Yeah.
Today, I'm in Wales's capital, Cardiff, home to more castles than any other city in Europe, where house prices are towering above the nation's average, with a 6% rise in the last year. Fantastic news for my 3 sellers, looking to cash in and clinch an offer from my first-time buyer, medical sales rep Beth, supported by her sister Harriet.
You're trying to buy a house with your partner, Cara.
Yeah.
She's working.
Yes.
So you've brought along sister.
Yes.
Who's an estate agent. That's so funny. I love the fact that you're an estate agent. I think it's safe to say that the path of buying houses isn't really running that smoothly for you, is it?
No. We've put an offer in a house, but it's taken months and months and months, and I don't think she's ever going to move out. We've slightly given up, and we were quite in love with this house.
What's the one that you've fallen in love with?
It's a Victorian terrace with
Right.
bay front.
I'm going to be up front. I don't have a Victorian house to show you. But what I do have are quirky, unusual, big properties, all of which you could put your own stamp on. But are you open to looking at other things?
Yeah, and I think that's maybe where we've gone a little bit wrong. I'm prepared to maybe have my eyes opened a bit.
OK. What are the things that are important?
Well, firstly, Cara definitely wants a garden. I think at least 2 to 3 bedrooms, something quite light, airy.
So are you going to be the voice of reason today?
Yeah, I hope so. She's quite impulsive,
Right.
so hopefully I can let her see the bigger picture.
Excellent. Let the search begin.
For that 3-bedroom property with a good-sized garden, Beth has a budget of £295,000. My 3 sellers all have properties that could accommodate Beth's wish list, but they all need a spot of work before she sees them. First up is Specialist Housing Officer Christine, supported by neighbour and handyman David. Christine is looking to leave this 3-bed detached with 2 large reception rooms and a sun terrace with stunning views to spend more time with her nearest and dearest.
I'm looking to downsize and really spend more time with the dogs.
I think the dogs are rather pampered. Yeah, maybe she is a bit mad moving.
Lucky pups. After 8 months on the market, there's been just 5 viewings and no offers, which could have something to do with the property's first impression on the inside.
The carpet hasn't been changed since I got here. The dogs, when they were younger, they took quite some time to get house trained. There would be an accident or 2.
Lovely. In complete contrast, the colour scheme in the rest of the house is barking mad.
She can get a bit carried away, maybe with colours, yeah.
Well, with the dining room, I did wonder about going for the whole room being purple. It would almost be like your own little royal room where you could just sit there and feel like a princess. The middle bedroom, in some ways, that's where I started with colour. Just wanted to go in and lighten it up. It's sort of an office, it's sort of a chill-out room.
With Christine's DIY demands, David doesn't get much time to chill, but this friendship isn't all one way.
She keeps me going with cups of tea, and then it gets later and later, till perhaps 9 o'clock before we have dinner.
This gaudy detached has rooms which need toning down and areas which need smartening up. But Beth will enjoy the light and airy feel. It's on the market for £280,000. Next up, it's catering manager Sharon and husband, window fitter Colin. They're downsizing from this large 3-bed detached, which has an extended kitchen diner at the back and a living room at the front. But when the kids left home, they didn't leave empty-handed.
They did take most of our furniture, the 3-piece suite, wardrobes, our living room. That's a bit of a mishmash. It was blue, but then my daughter took the 3-piece suite, so now we have blue carpet, a burgundy 3-piece suite, so nothing matches.
This could explain why it's been on the market for a staggering 2 years now with no offers. And there's also been some hokey-cokey with the furniture in the kitchen and dining area.
We have tried the dining table in the space out there and put the suite in here, but we still find the kitchen diner is a lovely space.
I would say cramped and strangely laid out, but at least craftsman Colin should be handy when it comes to home improvement.
Colin doesn't like to do DIY. Only if it's necessary. I'll do it all, I don't mind.
This disorderly detached feels thrown together and lacks a coherent theme throughout, but it definitely has the space Beth was after. It's the most expensive of my 3 properties, on at $294,950. Last up is higher education tutor Nikki, aided by her best friend Caroline. After getting divorced, it's time for Nikki to move on and downsize from this 4-bed 70s detached with a large lounge at the front and kitchen diner at the back. But after 16 months on the market, it just isn't shifting.
We've had one offer, which we did accept, and then sadly that fell through, but everybody says it's lovely. Well, if it's lovely, why aren't you buying it?
Well, let's start with the living room, as it's not exactly inspiring.
It's quite plain. It's hard to divide up, which is why when we saw the big corner sofa, it was like, that's ideal, and it is the comfiest thing on the earth.
Well, comfort's one thing, but looks are another. And it appears she's being led astray when it comes to decor.
I'm the Magnolia girl. People coming to buy a house, they just want muted tones that when they move in, their furniture's going to match with anything.
Better leave this to me, Caroline. Upstairs, the smallest bedroom isn't exactly being shown off to its best either.
It isn't a bedroom anymore. It's the place where we stash everything, kind of the junk room. It is a little bit unloved.
Well, at least there's no shortage of love for her best friend.
Caroline has been my best mate in the world for quite a long time. Plus, she's really good at decorating.
Very convenient. This dreary 70s house lacks charisma and colour. The lounge furniture is oversized and one bedroom is just a dumping ground. It's the cheapest of my 3 properties on the market for offers over £270,000. So it's Christine's gaudy hilltop house, Nikki's dreary 70s house, and Colin and Sharon's disorderly detached, all battling it out to win an offer from my buyer Beth. But first, to help my 3 sellers realise they can all improve their properties, they get a chance to have a nosy around their rivals' houses. First to go under scrutiny is Sharon and Colin's disorderly detached, with the unloved living room and dated kitchen diner.
This is a good sized house, but the bland, mismatched living areas really aren't showing it off to its best potential. Sharon and Colin are going to have to put in a lot of work in order to make potential buyers not feel as dreary as the interior.
First to snoop are Nikki and Caroline.
It's quite a nice garden out the front as well.
The outside looks just a bit sort of grey. It's not
that
really that
appealing.
inviting, no.
Mixed impressions outside. Off the entrance hall is the front living room.
It's very old-fashioned furniture. It's a bit like a B&B, I guess.
Yeah.
It really is a bit confusing, the whole thing.
I feel like it's temporary accommodation that someone is maybe renting here.
Next door is the open-plan kitchen diner.
A settee over there, I'm not quite sure whether they all just live in here and don't bother with the other room.
I think so.
This is a bit quite blocky.
Segregating the rooms then.
You've got one big space, but you've got 3 separate rooms. I think it could have flowed a lot nicer. You see this huge sofa there. It does make it look a smaller space.
It's practically threadbare.
Upstairs, Nikki and Caroline see what a well-presented bedroom looks like.
Your house, you've got 4 bedrooms, but one is an office.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe just making it into a bedroom so people can see that it is.
Maybe.
No maybe about it, Nikki. This house is on the market for $294,950.
I think that's quite steep.
It seems quite expensive, I think, for the amount of work that it looks like it needs.
Both couples agreed the property was priced too high in its current state, but Nikki realised her junk room needs to be a bedroom again. Next up is Christine's gaudy house with the unwelcoming hallway.
This is a beautiful house with stunning views, and I love the fact that Christine isn't afraid to use bold colours. However, some of them are a tad too daring. She needs to tone down some of the rooms and show the rest of them off to their best potential if she wants to move to a new life by the sea.
Nikki and Caroline are the first to arrive.
Oh, it looks lovely, and look at the views.
Well, it looks a nice, substantial house.
Impressed outside, inside the entrance hall disappoints.
It's a little bit dated. You would think older people lived here.
We were quite old, that's all.
Yes, I know, but you know.
I must admit, when I see white, I just want to...
You just want to put a bit of colour on it, yeah.
Splash a bit of colour.
That's rich from the Magnolia Queen. Moving on to the lounge, which has Nikki thinking.
My front room is kind of almost completely bare.
Yes.
This is warm and it's inviting.
I like all the knick-knacks on the wall. It just gives you that character, which is what we could do with ours, really, isn't it?
Yes.
Next to the lounge is the bold dining room.
It is very purple.
I mean, it is the first thing that hits you as soon as you walk in the
it
room.
is,
Whoa.
definitely.
It's like you've gone from nice and relaxing
really
into
relaxing, yeah.
this.
Upstairs, in the smallest bedroom, the bold colours keep on coming.
It is bright.
It is very bright.
Futons always remind me of sort of students.
And not quite sure what it is. It doesn't even resemble a bedroom, really, does it?
It's on the market for £280,000.
Maybe on the slightly higher side.
I do like the house, but it does need a little bit of TLC, I suppose.
So the rival sellers agree it's a bit too bold for the price tag, though they were all impressed by the decor in the lounge. Last up, it's Nikki's dreary 70s house with the large lounge and wasted bedroom. Nikki has made a good start brightening up her 1970s family home, but this room feels really drab and dreary compared to the rest of downstairs. She needs to inject some love back into this house to make it more appealing if she wants to stand a chance of moving on. Christine and David are the first to snoop.
This looks nice on the outside.
It's not an attractive house.
Mixed first impressions outside. Inside, there's a large living room off the hallway.
Kind of quite bland.
I think the sofa's too big. It just takes up the room.
You can talk. Next door, the rivals are inspired by the kitchen diner.
This does make it a lot lighter than ours with the unit. It makes it blend more.
Maybe my dining room needs to be brightened up a little bit. Because some people, I think, could be put off by the purple.
You think? Upstairs in the fourth bedroom, my rival sellers are perplexed.
It hasn't got a bed in it, so it's
Not necessarily
it's
looking
not
like a
saying it's
bedroom.
There's no colour, there's no thought.
Yes, very nondescript. It's on the market for offers over £270,000.
I think that people would have to spend a little bit updating.
I don't know that that's such a bad price.
No.
While my rival sellers didn't agree this house is worthy of its price tag, Sharon and Colin did realise their kitchen needs a rethink. Today I'm in Wales's capital Cardiff, helping my three sellers update their properties in the hopes they'll get an offer from my buyer Beth, who's looking for that perfect first home.
Definitely has to have 3 bedrooms, some sort of garden so Cara can do her vegetable patch.
After snooping around each other's houses, my three rivals have all picked up some tips to help them clinch a sale.
Made me realise that, yes, we need to put a bit more stuff in our house to give it a bit more personality.
The hallway is maybe more important than you think when you're viewing a property.
First impressions count.
Yes.
I genuinely will take away the idea of having a little bit more personality in my front room.
Now it's time to give them some style advice, £1,000 and 7 days to turn their properties around. Starting at Sharon and Colin's disorderly detached with the crowded kitchen diner and mismatching front living room.
Shall I give you some feedback?
I've got broad shoulders.
I'm hoping you do. One of them said that this room felt like a front room of a B&B.
Because our children took all the best furniture and left us with all the rubbish.
It doesn't exude warmth. Nothing matches. So let's turn it from a B&B to a lovely, warm, cosy, inviting sitting room.
Yeah.
I think the carpet needs to go.
We don't like it in here, do we?
No, just a plain, simple oatmeal carpet.
Okay.
Going tartan. I mean, I don't want to
tartan
look like
theme.
some kind of Scottish castle.
I was going to say we are not Scottish, we are Welsh.
Just on the chimney breast,
Right, yeah.
then that goes on either alcove. Can you see instantly how that's warmed it up?
It's beautiful. It's warm.
One of the other things that's glaringly obvious in here is there's no storage.
But because we want to move, we don't want to put storage.
No, I know, but if you don't put the storage in, you ain't going to move. You're a carpenter, aren't you?
I am a carpenter.
I'm assuming it would take you, what, half an hour?
Right.
I think it will look lovely in here, kitchen.
Ideas well received there. On to the overcrowded kitchen diner.
This is the hub of the home.
Yeah.
And it feels very temporary at the moment.
Yeah.
I think we need to go from uninspiring to warm and inviting.
Easy peasy, nothing to it.
All the other sellers, when they came in, commented on that unit there.
Yeah.
It really separates the room. Could we get it out?
I can take it out.
With the table, make this space the dining space. Bring it back to its former glory. I know you love your sofas next door. How much do you love that one?
Oh, not that much.
Good. Pick up a nice two-seater sofa that will go in the centre of that window, which brings me on to colour.
Okay.
Can I paint some colour on your wall?
You can.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Do we like?
It looks all right.
I think it's called cooking apple green. I think it would work very well, and I think it would make this whole room feel much richer and much warmer. It's a big list, isn't it, in 7 days? Sorry. Sharon and Colin, I feel, have fallen into that classic trap that loads of people do of thinking, oh, well, whoever buys my house will carry out loads of changes. But by doing that and not injecting colour or passion or life or anything into the house, what they've done is created something that's quite bland, and it's backfired on them because this house has been on the market for 2 years now and it's only had a handful of viewings. They've got a lot of work to do in a week, but I think they can do it. I'm sure they can do it. They'll step up to the mark.
Amanda's idea of the kitchen cupboard, it will look lighter. I will agree with that. How are we feeling?
I can't wait to do all this work.
Well, Colin doesn't have to wait long as the kitchen cupboard is cleared,
There we are, I think that's empty.
which he then removes.
So go with the other side now.
And voila, the space is instantly opened up.
I actually like it, to be honest. We can't block each other off now, can we? Oh my God, we're going to see each other again.
Keeping Colin at a comfortable distance, Sharon turns her hand to adding colour to the bland kitchen walls, but it's not the shade I suggested.
The colour of this one is called Cool Cucumber. So I suppose in the way we're going to be inside a giant cucumber instead of a giant slug like Amanda recommended.
You cheeky thing. Next up, it's Christine's gaudy hilltop house with the purple-rific dining room and the uninspiring entrance hall.
When the other sellers came to have a look at your house, one of them said when they walked in, it feels quite stark and quite plain, quite dated.
We've learned that first impressions count from the houses that we looked around.
Absolutely. I would like to turn it into something that's quite rich and luxurious. How old is this carpet?
Do you know what? I have no idea. It was here when I got here.
Did you hate it when you moved in?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
It's seen better days, hasn't it?
Yes.
Put laminate down here and a laminate on the landing. So that's that. Yeah. Now I'm going to go quite bold.
Are you?
I'm going to use this red on that wall. And then you go for this red on your back wall at the top.
Oh, yeah.
Then we could paint a runner going up the stairs.
That sounds quite...
Who's doing all of this work? I'm looking at you for this.
Well, yes, probably.
No,
Most
I'm
of it,
helping,
I think.
I'm
She'll
helping.
help.
Are you? What are
Yes.
you doing?
Making tea.
Making tea.
I think it's going to look really striking in here. And talking of striking, should we go into your dining room?
Absolutely.
With a plan to brighten up the hallway, it's time to tone down the diner.
So, talk to me about your purple dining room.
I do love
Like a bit of
purple,
purple.
so went full-on purple because I thought it'd be really nice and cosy and I could sit here with a crown on and feel regal.
Be the queen.
Yes.
I think it's great that people step out of the Magnolia box. However,
Too much stepping out of the box.
stepping out of the box and there's leaping out with tassels on. What I want to do with this room is turn it from bold and formal into modern and relaxed. So the purple's got to go.
Purple's got to go.
I think what we need to do is just tone it down. A very soft, gentle blush pink. Let's make a feature out of that wall so you can get wonderful picture shelves that will go all the way along. And then all these lovely little bits and pieces that you've got, just display them on that wall.
That's different, Amanda.
Well, you know, do a bit of junk shop hunting. Find lots of different eclectic chairs. The other room I wanted to tackle is your third bedroom, the custard yellow. It has quite a temporary feel to it. Some of the other sellers said that it felt a wee bit like a student digs. I think it's very easy to sort out. So think about painting it a very soft, maybe a pastel blue. I think a daybed would work really well in there. Make it a proper guest bedroom.
Okay.
This really is a great house with some stunning views. What we have to do is wow the buyers when they get in the door. And the trouble is with the property at the moment is it lacks cohesion. Some areas are really bold and in your face, and others are quite stark and quite frankly rather boring. They're going to have their work cut out in the next 7 days. Or when I say they, what I mean is David. I have a feeling Christine's going to be making lots of tea, but I'm hoping that they're going to transform it and turn it into a truly stunning property.
Getting rid of the carpet, can't wait. Toning down the dining room, great. I'm looking to turn my student accommodation into some sort of a family bedroom. Would be fantastic.
Eager to put my ideas into practice, Christine and David clear the stark hallway and purple-rific dining room. Well, David clears and Christine motivates.
Crack on, Captain, keep going.
Slave driver.
She's just getting started, David.
All the heavy lifting, up to me.
And the lifting continues for David as that old hallway carpet comes up.
I've hated it ever since I got here. Put the knife in and cut.
With the carpet gone, Christine does eventually get her hands dirty,
Do you want to do the honours?
Oh, yeah.
adding the first splash of colour to the plain hallway.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
At an angle as well, otherwise you'll end up with lots of stripes.
Nice tip, David. Last up, it's Nikki's dreary 70s detached with the boring decor and bulky furniture.
It's quite brown, isn't it?
It is quite
a lot of brown going on in here.
Yeah, there is a lot of brown, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair comment.
Brown curtains, brown sofa. There are some studio flats in London that aren't as big as that
It's
sofa.
also the comfiest sofa on the planet.
If I say it really quickly, I hope it's going to be right. Can you get rid of the sofa?
I'd certainly consider it.
Yes. By having such enormous, big, brown furniture everywhere in the room, what it does is it makes it feel much smaller than it is, and it's a glorious space. So, we get rid of the sofa, we get rid of this. I think what we need to do is change this room from sort of, dare I say, drab and dreary, into bright and fresh. Let's embrace its period. It's 1970s, isn't it? I'm not saying we should all wander around in caftans listening to Jimi Hendrix, but what I am saying is let's go geometric. I love this paper. On this wall.
Oh, yeah, no, I like that.
And on that wall. Why is Nikki pulling that face?
No, I'm trying not to pull a face. I'm not sure about the pattern. It's a bit of a, oh, hello.
Yeah, it's pretty in your face.
I never kind of thought about
you
that.
know what?
Yeah.
It will work really well in this room. And then you take this mustard yellow and you do it on the other walls. And then just a 3-seater sofa along there. So you've got a designated seating area.
Yeah.
So trust me, it's going to work.
With my bold retro brief delivered downstairs, I head upstairs to what should be a guest room.
90% of people cannot see a room for the purpose to which it's intended unless it is dressed as that room.
We haven't had one with vision yet.
They're coming. You need to make it modern with a little retro twist. So a massive clear out again. Good. Then let's talk colour scheme. So it used to be yellow.
You're going to scare me with any more wallpaper.
No, we're all right. There's no wallpaper up here. You're fine. What I want to go for here and what I think works really, really well in bedrooms is a smart, deep blue. I think it would work really well. And then what you want is a double bed here.
Okay.
Another option is an alternative to making a headboard. MDF cut to size, your foam, a little bit of wadding and the fabric.
Okay.
So you just get a staple gun and you staple all around.
I did a box cover like that once.
Perfect, see? I would say choose 3 different patterns. From the edge of the bed up to the ceiling, it's almost like a 3D patchwork.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
It's all doable.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I always find these sort of situations really ironic because in there you have these 2 bright, bubbly, vibrant women, yet the house doesn't reflect that in any way, shape or form. Lots of the areas are quite bland. I want Nikki to be brave. I want her to embrace colour, I want her to embrace wallpaper, and I want her to make a dramatic difference because 8 viewings in 16 months, in my opinion, just isn't enough.
I guess I'm not really a 70s person in terms of my taste, so that was a bit of a shock. I think I'll probably give it a go, but the jury's still out in my head as to what it'll look like. I'm actually really disappointed about the brown sofa. It is the comfiest piece of furniture on the planet.
Despite being sentimental about the sofa, Nikki ropes in ex-husband Martin, friend Peter and son Thomas to remove it from the living room. Sofa gone, the monster shelving unit is next to go.
I think it will look nice without the heavy furniture. I guess it was of its time.
With the living room empty, the junk bedroom upstairs is cleared, ahead of it being redecorated.
If I move this in Tom's room, and then it's not in our way. Okay.
True, but maybe you should have checked where Tom was first.
This is now my only entrance. And then, there we go.
Next door, the girls get their first look at my colour suggestion.
It's blue. What do you think, Tom?
Yeah, it's blue.
Now we're all crystal clear on the colour,
Oh, God. That's blue.
the girls roll her up. I'm in Cardiff, Wales, where my 3 sellers, with their budget of £1,000, are busy doing up their homes, in the hope they'll land an offer from my first-time buyer, medical sales rep Beth, who's looking with her sister Harriet.
I'm curious what Amanda's going to show me, as I've been looking at very Victorian-style houses and nothing else, so I'm looking forward to seeing what she's got on offer.
Over at Nikki's dreary detached, it's all about adding a bold 70s colour scheme to the house and brightening the place up. With the bedroom looking bold in blue, the girls are off to buy fabric for the feature headboard to build on my 70s theme. But with colour-phobic Nikki, Caroline will have her work cut out.
Definitely need to go for blues. There's some blues there.
They look a bit pale.
OK, no blue.
Oh, what about these?
Just
But
that's
it's
very yellow.
You just think that you don't think it'll brighten the room though.
It might do.
Seems yellow's out too, so it's back to blue.
I do think those three are a better blend. I think we should go for it.
Right. That's it. Job done then.
Come on then.
Nicely done, Caroline. Back at the house, Nikki doesn't waste any time turning the fabric into a bold 70s headboard for the bedroom. The material is measured and cut to size around the frame squares. Then the hardboard backing is placed on top. And finally, it's stapled into position.
If you've got a very definite pattern on it, you've got to make sure that the edges look the same.
Nice tip, Nikki.
But the colours certainly all work together.
With things all squared downstairs, the pieces are arranged on a large sheet of wood, which is then screwed to the bedroom wall.
Yeah, that looks good.
At Christine's gaudy hilltop house, it's all about replacing some of the overly bold decor with a modern, softer look. David is painting the bold stair runner as a thrifty alternative to using carpet. In the bedroom, Christine is lightening the custard colour with a soft blue, helped by friend Catherine. And it seems even if Christine sells, David's not off the hook.
I've already asked him that wherever I move, if he'll actually travel.
Is he old enough for a bus pass?
Not quite.
Cheeky. The bedroom will be getting a bed, so the old student-style futon is no longer needed. But thrifty Christine has come up with a clever way to turn it into extra seating for the dining room.
I love my futon so much. What I thought was we could upcycle it, turn it into a bench. I'm hoping that David can do that quite quickly because we're running out of time. But I'm sure it'll be brilliant.
Deep breath, David. With Christine out of sight, David sets to work making the bench.
So this bit will be the seat. I think I'll need another piece going across in the middle there to stop it from bending.
Before long, David knocks up 4 sturdy legs using spare slats.
I'm even reusing the screws. That's recycling for you.
Et voila!
That's the last one. All we're going to do now is test it. That's lovely. Actually, I could do with a cushion now. Christine!
At Sharon and Colin's disorderly detached, it's all about getting rid of its temporary feel and making the decor feel homely with a cosy colour scheme. In the kitchen, Sharon's gone with a green floral wallpaper to match the green walls.
I brought the outside in.
And most of a Welsh valley by the looks of it. Sharon opts for a contrasting raspberry to upcycle some furniture, which adds pops of colour.
Let's be honest, I wouldn't want to do my whole room in this paint. It's a bit too much in your face, I think.
But Sharon does slap it all over a kitchen dresser. And her aversion to mixing things up goes back a long way.
As a child, I could never eat jelly, blancmange and ice cream together. It all had to be in separate dishes.
At Nikki's, it's all about banishing the bland and embracing the 70s with a retro yellow for the walls.
Oh my God, that's yellow.
But with a little more time and a few more strokes, Nikki starts to look on the bright side.
It's going to be such a nice experience to have it lifted and have it really bright.
Although Nikki's warming to the sunshine yellow, it's left to Caroline to hang the bold geometric wallpaper I suggested.
I liked it from day one. It's Nikki. Nikki's still not sure. Yeah, I think that's actually going to look really nice.
But will 70s skeptic Nikki agree?
Ready? Go.
I don't love it, but I don't hate it, and it doesn't scare me like it did the first time I saw it.
One step at a time. At Christine's house, David is replacing the old carpet with a new wooden floor. He then softens the royal purple in the dining room with my blush pink. While David paints his fingers to the bone, Queen Christine and friend Fee head to an antique emporium, looking for some less formal dining furniture to upcycle.
Chairs.
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 OK.
Chairs.
Got it.
Oh, look, there's a chair. Let's see how much it is. £44. Gosh, that's rather expensive.
Each.
The ladies keep looking, but the price tag continues to be an issue.
We seem to be running out of the chair options.
Eager not to blow the budget, Christine and Fee try their luck at the local charity shop.
Ooh, look at these. These are more reasonably priced, aren't they?
And I really like them. Let's get them.
£15 a pair.
Brilliant.
Success!
Hooray! 2 chairs!
At Colin and Sharon's tired detached, they're adding some Welsh dragon red to the walls to warm up this bland living room. And as usual, Sharon's taking charge.
You do one side, I'll do the other. So it's a bit like a competition. You might be quicker than me because you've got the bigger one.
Yeah.
You got the better brush, I should have had the bigger one.
Of course, Sharon.
Oh, I do quite like it, actually.
To complement the red, surprisingly, Sharon goes with my tartan wallpaper suggestion on the chimney breast. With the decor now warm and homely, Colin cheats with a flat pack storage solution.
If I did this from scratch, it's going to take me a couple of days.
Shame on you.
That's a lovely fit.
Over at Nikki's house, daughter Susie is transforming a desktop into a work of art for the living room study area.
Oh, wow, that's really cool.
I really like the colours.
And there's just time for a few finishing touches.
I think it was definitely worth it. I mean, I absolutely love it. And the more I got into it, the more fun I had.
This drab, forgettable living room has been cleared out and brightened up with a bold retro scheme that'll make it memorable. Total cost £689.
Look at that! Oh, what a difference. Do you like it?
The first time I came in with the wallpaper, I was still a bit unsure. And every time I come in, it grows on me a little bit more.
I love the sofa. It does work, doesn't it?
We sat on it when we bought it and we liked it and we thought it was comfy.
If you're looking at estate agents' pictures and you see a really striking, stunning room, it will attract attention online.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas before it didn't.
No. Yeah.
It's very lovely.
It
I
is
like
lovely.
it.
Upstairs, the cluttered box bedroom has been re-established as a pretty guest room with a bespoke statement headboard and accessorised to show the room's full potential at a cost of £428.
Oh my goodness! I love the colour. You were really scared about the colour,
I was
weren't you?
scared, and actually, it's just so beautiful.
You've done a brilliant job. The headboard has
you.
come up an absolute treat,
Yeah,
hasn't
really
it?
pleased with that.
We're so pleased with it.
So you should be. Who was in charge of the decor and look?
Well, we both chose everything together, but the final touches, I have to say, this lady did.
Yeah, you've defined all the rooms, you've given them a purpose. Well done, the pair of you.
At Christine's house with the view, the dining room is looking less formal and David is putting up a shelf to create a feature wall, just as I suggested.
That's pretty good.
While Christine spruces up the dining chair she bought. And the final touches are added.
I'm absolutely thrilled with the property now. I mean, I know 3 rooms have been transformed, but what it seems to have done is brought the whole house together.
The hallway was cold and unwelcoming. Not anymore, with a warm, bold colour scheme and smart wooden floor. Total cost, £639.
Oh my goodness! It's completely transformed. You come in now and it feels elegant, it feels smart. Love the floor as well.
I know.
Gone is that awful carpet. Are you pleased?
I'm so pleased, like words don't express it.
You've done all the handiwork, you've done all the painting and all the manly stuff, and you've gone shopping with the girlies, haven't you?
I've done a bit of painting.
Have you? All right, I'll let you off
and
then.
a tiny bit of sanding.
Has it been okay?
Oh, yeah, it's been great. Yeah, good fun. Yeah.
It's all glorious.
The dining room was gaudy and overpowering. It's now been softened with a pastel pink. The formal furniture has been replaced, creating a family-friendly space, and it cost £325.
Wow, that's different. Do you love it?
Yeah.
I love the fact you've got purple candles, though. Is that your kind of act of rebellion? I'm going to have some purple in here if it kills me. And I think the floating shelves have worked brilliantly.
The thing I love about them is all of my little knickknacks can just go up there and I can show them all off.
You've just brought warmth to this room now. There's so much for you to see, and it shows that it's been really thought through. It's so pretty, it's so inviting, and I think it will appeal to so many different people.
Upstairs, the gentle colour scheme is continued in the guest bedroom. The custard yellow has been refreshed with a powder blue, creating a restful and elegant space at a cost of £324.
It was that sort of custard yellow, I think one of the other sellers called it. It's beautiful. To transform 3 rooms like that is an absolute triumph, so congratulations. Ka-ching.
At Sharon and Colin's not-so-dated detached, the green scheme in the kitchen is complete, and the big old threadbare sofa is being replaced with a smaller, smarter 2-seater, albeit reluctantly.
Would prefer my comfortable old brown one.
With the new sofa in, the finishing touches are added.
Just looks warmer. It's cosy.
Don't look like a B&B now.
It doesn't look like a B&B now, does it?
The front living room had become a collection of mismatched furniture and jarring decor. By establishing a warm and inviting colour scheme, it now feels like a homely and welcoming space. Total cost £477.
Oh, guys! Wow, it's a proper sitting room.
It's not a B&B anymore.
It's not a B&B anymore. Do you like it?
We do. We
We
like
do.
this room.
We love this room now.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. What's lovely about it is whereas before there was no personality and it almost felt like you were either just moving in or you were just moving out. It feels warmer and
does feel
cosy.
warm.
We enjoyed sitting in here last night, didn't we?
Did you? Sleep.
First time.
Yeah,
Oh, it was like
exhausted.
that because it was late last night.
Just goes to show what a bit of colour
Yeah.
Yes.
and a bit of storage can do.
The kitchen diner lacked flow and was bland throughout. Opening up the space, adding colour and unifying the decor means buyers can now see its potential, and at a cost of £513.
Wow!
Yes.
Gosh, doesn't it look different?
It
It does
does.
look different.
To be able to walk in and see that, as opposed to walking in and seeing that. And I know that the sofa that you now have isn't as loved as the one that you did have.
No, we loved the other one.
But I can't tell you the difference. It's a really bright, fresh, sunny room now. You're not as keen on this room.
As much as I like green, I think it's a bit much green.
But I think you've really, really, really helped to enhance your chances.
Oh yeah,
now.
it definitely looks better.
Yeah,
A lot better.
absolutely.
In Cardiff, all three of my sellers have gone the extra mile to impress first-time buyer Beth, who's looking with her sister Harriet and has a sizable budget of £295,000. With the help of Caroline, Nikki has transformed her drab detached with a bold and vibrant 70s colour scheme.
I think I'm quite confident, actually. You'd be hard-pressed not to be impressed by what we've done.
Thanks to David and Christine's hard work, her property now has the perfect balance of striking but family-friendly decor.
All of the rooms have been done and decorated, I think, to a high standard, so I think anyone would come in and think, wow.
Sharon and Colin have brought warmth to their cold and mismatched house, which now has a homely, inviting feel.
It looks more appealing.
Yeah.
So yeah, might be more chance of getting a sale.
With big changes all round, it's time to see if Beth is ready to consider properties that aren't Victorian, starting at Christine's 3-bed detached house with the views.
So here we go. I said to you, you're going to see some unusual things. What do you think?
Pleasantly surprised, actually.
Are you?
Yes.
Looks huge. It's massive. It was actually built in the 1970s, but they've been very clever with the way they've made it appear. You were saying that Cara wants to grow vegetables.
Yeah.
Well, there's a little bit just there that you could level off and have your own vegetable patch as well.
Okay.
It's pretty, isn't it?
Yeah, really.
Lovely. Do you want to get inside?
Yeah, let's go.
After you.
The outside impressed, into the entrance hall with added impact.
I like the stairs. That's quite sweet, actually.
Good open entrance, nice space. Like the fact you've got a porch.
It's not the cute, quaint Victorian cottage, but it's a big property. You get a lot for your money here.
I'm still unsure whether the fact it's not Victorian is going to bother me.
You've been looking for what, a month and a half?
Yeah.
And you've been struggling to find anything that's remotely Victorian and cute and quaint.
Beyond the hallway, there's a large living room which leads to the toned-down dining room.
Light again.
Good space.
Still unsure, but that's just me being a little bit stubborn and shell-shocked, I think.
I love stubborn and shell-shocked. They're my favourite type of house hunters. What about the style?
Yeah, this is completely the opposite of what I like.
Excellent.
What we have to remember as well, though, Victorian houses that you go for, you don't necessarily get this separate space.
I think I need to get over it because, like you said, it's a nice, airy, big space.
I don't have the charming Victorian cottage for you. I've got lots of glorious houses, but they're not Victorian.
Yeah.
Let's go and look upstairs.
I think I might have my work cut out here. Upstairs, there's 3 bedrooms, including the newly decorated guest room.
So you have 3 bedrooms. It's a really bright 70s house for you.
I need to get past the look of it and think what we could do with it. It's a nice little room. It's very light, which we wanted, and it's got the nice views.
I like it. This is the best room of the house. I can imagine, like, chilling out in here, a holiday vibe almost.
All right, well, let's talk about the price of it then. What do you think it's on the market for?
275?
280.
Oh, okay.
So, encouraging signs from Beth, but she still needs some convincing. Next up, it's Sharon and Colin's more homely detached.
This is a 1950s house that's masquerading as a Victorian one and not doing a very good job of it. I'm trying to show you different styles.
Yeah.
50s, big rooms, lots of space. Go on.
I'm willing to have a little look.
Come and have a little look.
Yeah.
Beth's certainly making me work today. Inside, there's 3 good-sized bedrooms upstairs and the smartened-up living room downstairs.
Now, I know it's not Victorian, but we are going back in time. We're in the mid-century.
It's a kind of Victorian fireplace.
Yeah. There you go, you see?
Yeah, better.
Every cloud.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Not my cup of tea, if I'm being honest, but it's a nice little room, nice bay window.
Do you think you have that blinkered, I am not buying anything but Victorian?
No, I definitely am not, but if I'm going to buy a house, I want it to be something I want to live in.
It's got to sing to you and you've got to want to be in it. Presentation-wise, what are your thoughts?
Even the matching of the cushions, furniture, wall, they've done a really nice job with it.
They have, haven't they? They have done a good job. Let me show you the kitchen and the sort of family dining party room.
Beth's not bowled over so far. Let's see how the rezoned kitchen diner fares.
So nice, big, open space.
Yeah, this is nice.
Yeah?
I like the kitchen and the little table. Nice lot of light.
What do you think of this room from an agent point of view?
Yeah, I mean, the open space is really great. I think people are leaning more towards an open plan kitchen dining room nowadays.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get the price of this one.
I reckon 285.
Okay. 294,950. But, you know, it's been on the market for 2 years, so I think they would consider an offer.
Another new and interesting option for Beth. Let's see what she thinks of Nikki's now bold and bright detached.
So this is an exercise in broadening your horizons. Well, tell me what you're thinking.
I'm trying to keep my eyes open and my mind broad, but it's not the Victorian house.
That it is not. Voice of reason.
I'm thinking garage good, space looks good, driveway good. So yeah, we'll see what's inside.
See? Come have a look.
On to the inside, which has 4 bedrooms, a modern open-plan kitchen diner, and that striking retro lounge.
Okay.
Yellow.
God, there's not much gets past you, is there?
I kind of like what they're trying to do.
Excellent. That's a start.
Yeah, no, it's a start. It's a nice space, again, very light.
I like that it's bright.
Yes.
I think you'd get a lot of lighting again.
Look at
the
the views.
Well, yeah, really nice.
Yeah.
The road that it's on is nice and quiet. It's a cul-de-sac, so you're not going to get a lot of sort of traffic going through it. Let's have a look upstairs and see whether upstairs... I warn you, it's blue.
Not a bad response. Let's see what she makes of the revamped bedroom.
So I'm trying to convert you into the ways of colour and the ways of non-Victorian houses. I get that it's a big, bright colour, but it's got a bit of depth.
It's cosy, very colourful. This has got definitely a family feel, warmth to it.
It's nice. It's good size double bedroom.
Price-wise?
Just south of 250.
Okay.
I'm going 265.
So it's on the market for offers between 270 and 280, so a wee bit more than you both thought. Yeah. But food for thought.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I feel that Beth might be warming to the idea of a more modern property. Time to see if one house stood out from the rest.
It's been an interesting day, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll start with the mid-century house.
I like the big kitchen. It was, for me, still in that kind of era, which doesn't appeal to me. But I think it would be a perfect family house.
Yeah. The 70s house.
Just not me at all.
Right, okay.
But
there was a lot of colour in that house as well, wasn't there?
There was a lot of colour, and it was just... Again, you can always change that.
Yeah.
But for me, you couldn't change enough.
House on the hill. The house on the hill. Such an unusual property.
Yeah.
Such an unusual location. When we were standing outside, you were like, this has got a good feeling, let's get inside and have a look.
Yeah, again, I thought it was quirky. I liked the fact it was up a little hill, it had a really good view. But for me, I would just want to change far too much, which would be way over our budget.
Did you like that one?
Yeah, I think it was my favourite of the 3.
I was going to say, do you have a favourite?
Yeah.
Is it the house on the hill for you?
Yeah, purely because you could put your own stamp on that. I think that was the most unusual.
So that was your favourite. Do you agree?
It was my favourite. I can see me having a little espresso on the balcony. But maybe...
Although you can't.
Maybe
it's
as
not
a friend
Victorian.
visiting.
Do you feel that you've gained anything from it?
Yeah, you've definitely opened my eyes, but I think it's made me realise that the type of house I want is what we've been looking for.
So still Victorian?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll come back if you need any help.
Thanks.
Good luck with it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So Beth can now focus on finding that perfect Victorian property. While Christine may not have found a potential buyer, her house did come out on top.
Yay!
That's great.
Brilliant!
Really? Wow.
Fantastic.
Well, after all that effort we put
Yeah.
in, it was worth it.
Absolutely fantastic.
The rival sellers may have been pipped at the post, but they can rest easy knowing their transformations will go a long way to selling their properties.
I think the changes that we made are definitely a positive, and I think hopefully we'll get a lot more viewers and hopefully end up with a sale.
Amanda's input with her colour schemes has actually made a huge difference. I think the house is much more saleable now. Yes, definitely.